Quality Research Design, Social Economic Changes for Better Education and Opportunities for All, presented by Suparna Chatterjee and Ingrid Ford Lavictoire. Research approaches are plans and procedures for steps of data collection, analysis, and interpretation of a research problem. Thus, it helps the development of strategic goals towards studying a topic. The three approaches to research are: quality explores meaning of an event, situation people give in their social surrounding. Quantitative, testing objective theories by examining the relationship among variables, and mixed methods. Involves and integrate both qualitative and quantitative data, which offers more complete understanding of a research problem. Three components in research approaches are: philosophical worldviews, the assumptions that is brought to the study, the research design that is related to this worldview, and the specific methods or procedures of research that translate the approach into practice. Creswell conceptualized four worldviews, which are post-positivism, constructivism, transformative, and pragmatism. The relationship between worldview and research are: post-positivist worldview assumptions hold more true for quantitative methods. Constructivism and transformative worldviews assumptions hold for qualitative methods. And pragmatic worldview hold for mixed methods. Alternative research designs. Quantitative approach involves experimental and non-experimental designs such as surveys. Qualitative approach involves narrative, phenomenology, grounded theory, ethnographies, and case studies. A mixed methods approach involves convergent, explanatory, sequential, exploratory, sequential, and transformative designs. Qualitative method involves emerging questions and inductive data analysis. Quantitative method involves predetermined methods and numeric data and tests deductively. Mixed methods combines both qualitative and quantitative approaches. Criteria for selecting a research approach for the design of a proposal depends on a number of factors besides worldview, design, and methods, which are: the research problem and questions, personal experiences of the researcher, the audiences for whom the report will be written. Review of the literature helps determine the importance of studying a topic and directs ways in which a researcher can limit a scope to a required area. Jean Anyo has proposed on her educational theory what should count as educational research, notes toward a new paradigm. A very important social educational issue that needs to be addressed and be contemplated as a research study. We agree that because the issue Anyo proposes is political, power and justice oriented, collaborative and change oriented, fits perfectly under the transformative philosophical worldview. Anyo states that the fact that poverty is a function of the way the economic system works rather than a function of group or individual sloth or deficit motivated her analysis. For instance, she argues that even when current school reforms succeeded, they failed the students because there are not sufficient jobs nor sufficient resources for college completion to most low-income students. On ghetto schooling, a political economy of urban educational reform, Anyo believes that there is a strong relationship between social class and educational attainment. She argues that the gap between the rich and the poor is widening as the result of social, economic, and political policies. She suggests that they must increase the household incomes of the students and that the cycle of poverty may be reversed by implementing a new education reform that will include ways to create a new social movement for social justice. Anyo explains that theory allows us to plan research that connects the ways in which social actors and conditions inside of school, buildings, districts, and legislative offices are shaped and changed by what happens outside the classrooms, offices, and official chambers they inhabit. In wealthy communities, they better prepare their students for desirable jobs. Anyo made evidence of the big differences between schools, especially in teaching methods and philosophies of education. Her research of 5 schools during a 4-year revealed of how some students are prepared to occupy particular rungs of the social ladder. Some are on the vocational education track, while others are geared to produce future doctors, lawyers, and business leaders. The hidden curriculum of schoolwork reveals the social class contrasts. A standardized curriculum that has a minimal or no emphasis on vocational training, but rather a heavy focus on using the traditional school subjects to develop students' problem solving and critical reasoning skills needs to be implemented across the United States. In conclusion, combining Creswell and Anyo, we concluded that researchers are human beings. Thus, research is based on human values, beliefs, and perspectives. It affects epistemology, that is how we know what we know and what are the ways of determining that. Worldviews shape the approach to research.